see here, get this hooked up. There we go. Boom. Not bad. Oh, looks like we've got people here. What is up, my friend? I believe I saw you in one of my previous streams, right? You were there, I think. What's poppin', everybody? This is just like, I'm doing just I've never done, out of all the streams that I've ever decided to, I guess, done one where I just talk to people. So I'm doing like a 20-minute short stream, maybe 30 minutes. I don't know. It'll go as long. Right now, I've never done a stream where I just talk to people. So I'm gonna talk to people, give some updates on what I'm doing with the channel. Right now it is in Florida. It is 12:05 o'clock. It just hit the next day. But I don't know if you guys saw. Probably not. But with my channel, I'm uploading more funny stuff. Nice, man. Yeah, I'm on the West Coast, so we see the. I know some people. I'm pretty sure on the East Coast the sun rises, and on the West Coast the sun sets. I wish I was near the beach though. I'm not near the beach right now. I have lots of friends that are near the beach though. I remember growing up, right, before, if anyone knows my story, yeah, if anyone knows my story is pretty crazy, right? I grew up in this crazy, like, fairly well-off household, and then when I was 18, developed illness that caused me to lose pretty much everything. And I recovered from that because it was obviously a lot of what causes problems financially for people is mental illness, right? So I had to recover from that, and now I live pretty much a more normal life. I'm in school right now, so I'm living with family because school is expensive. School is really expensive. USF, I think, is how much classes are thousands of dollars. So we're doing that, and I don't know, I just feel like, what would I do for a stream where I just talk? Probably talk about controversial opinions. I have loads of them. I have so many controversial opinions. Like, really, really controversial opinions. Yeah, I have so many controversial opinions. A lot of them I take from I don't know. One of them that I've used to think about was, I used to think, what is the root cause? My hottest take, probably. My hottest take's pretty rough, bro. It's pretty rough. I've been on the border about it, but it's one of those thoughts that I heard from someone where it's like men are designed to cheat, right? And women are not, or men at least are designed to cheat. That's one of the most controversial opinions that I've ever heard. Do I agree with it? I mean, I can almost, but it's like an almost, you know? But that's definitely one of my hotter takes, hotter opinions that I've got, you know? Because when you think about it, right, it's like before we invented everything, like, before we invented all of this stuff for, like, preventing, especially like preventing pregnancies, all sorts of stuff would happen, and it was just completely different, you know? Like, it's just one of, especially that's one of the hotter takes that I've ever heard. But I believe in some stuff like, I don't, like, a lot of what I think is very stern. So it's like, do what you love, should you do what you love for a living, or should you pursue more of what you're good at and what you're talented at, and which one brings more satisfaction? For me, it's always been, should I pursue what I'm good at? Yeah, I think I should do what I'm good at. Not necessarily what I love, because I think I get more satisfaction just from doing things that I'm good at. I don't know why, but it's some sort of satisfaction that I feel that is just, that resonates with me, you know? Would I advise everyone do it? It's not for everyone, for sure. But yeah, I feel like doing what you're good at can bring a lot of, like, I think of like, who's a cliche person who gained a lot in life, who did by doing solely what they were good at? Probably like a person in construction, or like the concrete business owner, right? Like, I'll answer that question. I'll answer the question now. What is the question? Thank you, my friend. I appreciate all of you guys out there. Thank you so much. I will answer questions. I'm completely open to answering questions. I do not discriminate. Yeah, sure. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. But I think of like the concrete business owner type, that type of person who, did they do what they loved? I mean, they did what they were good at, and they worked hard, right? And they became really successful from it. That's sort of who I think of when I think of like, what type of satisfaction, like, are people like, should I do what I'm good at and work hard at it, or should I do what I love? Yes, happy birthday to Cindy. Happy birthday. So then my mind goes to probably what causes people to fail, right? Because the opposite of success is failure. So you have success and failure. When I think of failure, I think of people who are, and I don't mean to offend anybody when I say this, right? But I really don't. And when I say that, I mean, like, when I think of that, I think of a couple of things. I think of laziness, I think of arrogance, and I think of stupidity. Although I think that those are, even though some of them may be more intentional than others, I believe that these three things cause a lot of failure in life for some people. Because working hard is important, and doing it effectively is, and so is doing it to a point where you don't waste opportunity, you know? So that's why I believe that. If anybody has any questions, I'm completely down to answer them. But yeah, I think my most controversial one has to be about that. And also, I will ask myself, this is very, like, I don't know if you guys heard about I'm sure most of you guys have heard about Andrew Tate. Um, uh, Although like some of my, I probably like would say some of what I've heard like comes from him, but a lot of what I said comes from other stuff that I hear, you know. And one of the things that I heard that especially was on the internet a while ago was this whole. It was, what did he say? He said, "Is depression real?" I was like, I don't know. I understood what he was getting at, but I also at the same time was like, that's a hot take, you know. Pretty 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 controversial opinion, you know. But I really resonate with a lot of instant action. Yeah, sure. Yes. Again, I'm completely open to. I'm sorry if I talk fast. That's just how I speak. Or if I talk slow, sometimes I speak either slow or fast. But the U.S. is so different from other parts of the world. And I've noticed this. I've been to about. I've been to like many. I've been to many other countries. I've been throughout the U.S. Right, and it's so different when you travel outside other parts of the world. Like you really realize just how much of a cultural, like it's cultural. What do they call it? Cultural shock, something like that. It really is real, because you go there and even everything like even families are different. Like people, if you go to places in like not in everywhere in the Middle East, but in some parts of the Middle East. Not really all of them, I wouldn't say. People have people may have multiple spouses, right? There's not always like it's versus the U.S. There's a lot of the times a family unit where there's a mom and a dad and there's kids, but that isn't. It's not. It's crazy to me that it's not always the same. You know. I'm sure it's crazy to a lot of people, but yeah. What is up, my friend? I see the word now. I think you type. I think YouTube is being a bit glitchy. Sometimes when people type stuff, like it'll say the first comment is like this or now or they, and it won't go through properly. But yeah. How long has it been? It's been 15 minutes. I don't want to rant for too long. I don't do too. I try. I'm gonna try and avoid ranting streams where I just talk about a bunch of nonsense. But we're gonna go ahead and in 5 minutes wrap up. Um, and I think this will be the last stream for the day. Usually when I say, I I don't know. This is most likely the last stream of the day. But yeah, yes, most likely the last stream of the day. If anyone has any questions or anything to say before we wrap up the stream, uh, speak now or forever hold your peace. This guy, I've this. It's funny because I've banned him very many times. I've not banned him, but I've Mister has been put in timeouts very many times. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I didn't want to rant for too long. You're fine. I didn't want to go on too much of a rant, but let's see here. 1 second, y'all. I apologize. The counters, we're getting new countertops, so this is all like right now it's plywood, but once we get these new granite, we're gonna put black granite all on this, and so it'll hopefully look a bit better and get rid of all of this junk that's all over here. Get rid of all of it. But this is the new camera we're gonna be filming with. It is a Nikon D7500. And we've got some microphones, a DJI microphone, and a DJI receiver, which essentially they go on top of here. So you slide this like that onto the top, and you can attach the microphone right here. Right? And this is how you film, but you can also, it has magnets and all that whatnot. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this stream, make sure to like, thanks y'all. Thanks to everyone out there. Thanks to thanks to the GOAT. Thanks to Mr. Void. Thanks to all of you guys who watch, who I know have who are awesome people. But yeah, peace out, y'all. Take it easy.